First tonight, driving on Minnesota roadways is becoming a little more dangerous as deer activity reportedly increases during November. KIMT News 3's Jessica Bringy spoke to the Minnesota State Patrol about how drivers can ensure their safety despite a spike in deer-related crashes reported during this time every year. Jessica?
Amy, just last year, deer crashes went from 164 in October to 221 in November. And the increase is even more stark compared to just 44 deer-related crashes in August of the same year. As we enter into the month of November, Minnesota's deer population becomes a greater safety hazard on our roadways.
They're everywhere. Look for their eyes. They'll show up in your lights.
Drivers can already see "Don't veer for deer" signage along the highway as the Minnesota Department of Public Safety warns everyone out on the roadway to pay attention.
We're always watching the medians, the side of the road, and if one does happen to, we try not to swerve, stay straight, slam on the brakes, put on the brakes, don't slam them on, and then try and avoid them whenever possible.
The Minnesota State Patrol says deer vehicle crashes increased significantly during the autumn months, with November being one of the worst.
This time of the year, we see an increase in farmers active in the fields, and also deer hunting starts the month of November, so the deer are going to be a lot more active and moving. So it's important that people are just aware of it and just make sure you reduce speeds and watch for deer during the early morning hours and also in the evening. That's typically when the deer are the most active.
Out of the 18 deer-related crash deaths from 2016 to 2020, Sergeant Troy Christensen says 15 of those were motorcyclists.
It's important that motorcycle riders, if they do see deer, make sure you're always wearing all your protective gear and a helmet, and just reduce your speeds and try and avoid driving at nighttime.
If you do hit a deer, Christensen says to pull over to the side of the road and don't get out until 911 is called.
We've just had a couple people get out of their vehicle and actually struck by oncoming traffic. They're looking at the damage and also the deer. So when we get there, we'll remove the deer and just stay in your vehicle so you can stay safe.
Other safety tips include using high beams as much as possible at night, as well as being extra cautious between 6 p.m. and 9 p.m. Live in Rochester, Jessica Bringy, KIMT News 3.
Thanks, Jessica. Speaking of deer activity, the city of Rochester is looking at a possible deer management plan as an increase in deer conflicts have been reported in recent years. That includes vehicle collisions and destruction of trees, turf, and landscaping. The plan will be presented to the Park Board and City Council for feedback and approval during the next Park Board meeting.